Has the crime in London really gone up?
Yeah, hugely. Anyone who wears earphones in London should be shot. To not know in this city what's going on around you, it's just, you're asking for trouble. Stabbings have gone through the roof. Watch theft, it's constant. Mobile phone theft, pandemic. Because the police can't do anything.
Why not?
Ain't got enough of them.
I've got quite a lot of friends who've had very expensive watches nicked off them in central London. So much so now that I have a Omega moon swatch in my pocket, and I put it on when I'm out.
I'll take one off.
And I put my Patek in my pocket.
Yeah.
And then I don't I've been warned by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Has the crime in London really gone up since you've been in your job?
Oh, massively, hugely. Yeah, hugely. I mean, so I obviously left the industry nearly 5 or 6 years ago, but I do still own a private security company, so I'm still quite involved to a certain extent. Yeah, I mean, it just has, even stabbings, shootings are they're not mental in this country, shootings still. I mean, it does go on, obviously, but it's not like the States. Stabbings have gone through the roof.
Really?
A lot of them doesn't get reported, or, it gets reported locally now, and that's about it. And because it's so many, it kind of gets forgotten about quite quickly. Watch theft, it's constant. Mobile phone theft, pandemic, really.
Really? What do you think's caused all this?
Because the police can't do anything.
Why not?
Ain't got enough of them.
Right, underfunded.
Nowhere near, yeah. So a lot of our places we work as security, or my guys work as security. If the venue calls the police for help because something's happened, the first thing they'll say is, "Haven't you got security?"
Right. And so you're sometimes half doing the police's job.
Yeah. Well, often we supply a lot of extra people because there's not going to be any police presence or not a lot.
So that's actually quite good for your business.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. With these protests and everything the last few days and that, it's been.
With the Israel stuff?
Israel, yeah. So we've had a lot of extra people out to look after some of our venues we've had because of that.
Right.
So it's good for private security, but it also goes to show you that's why the phones and the watches get stolen, because they know that no one's going to come looking for them or get. It's almost impossible to.
I heard 1% of theft ends up in conviction.
Yeah, because it's always last on the list.
Yeah.
To get investigated, really. You think anything murder's always going to be top.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't rape only something like 3%?
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, that's
yeah. It's normally that's the normal thing. If no one's been hurt, this is my opinion, by the way. If no one's been hurt, they won't come.
As in, obviously physically hurt. So someone would have to basically be stabbed multiple times.
Bleeding out, whatever they need to be hurt before they will turn up. And it's the same with burglaries, it's just a crime number over the phone now. You might get a visit, but it'd be like a week later or something. Yeah, I mean, if someone's hurt, they will come. They will come. If no one's hurt, and it kind of sounds like it could sort of sorted itself out, they might come, but it might be hours. Same as ambulances. Ambulances, same deal. It can take hours to get ambulance. If you're not dying, heart attack or something similar. But even then, if you have a heart attack, it's not easy to get an ambulance. You get a first responder who'll come out and keep you alive, but you won't get anything that can, because obviously they drive cars and motorbikes, you won't get anything that can take you away in the back of it. And this isn't...
How does that make you feel being born in this country? And
yeah, well, changes? I know. And the thing is, for our generation, we've seen the change. Because when I was a child, when I was younger, it wasn't like that. So it's happened that quick in one generation, really. It's happened that quick. I don't know what it's like surrounding counties. Obviously, I'm talking about London. Yeah. London's massively, densely populated now, with all sorts of nationalities and people, and not just from all over the world, but from all over the country. Obviously, everything's here. So, but that's the fact of where we are.
Do you think we're compared to the Middle East? How's it compared to the Middle East? Is it?
Well, in terms of danger?
Well, I'm told it's a lot safer on the streets. Told you can leave a 200-gram watch on the table there and no one will nick it. You leave it and someone will give it back to you.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm told.
In Dubai, somewhere like that, it's probably, it's a lot safer.
Yeah.
A lot safer.
And why is that?
The welfare, I think, they don't have, and they're more hardline with their...
As in, if you get caught doing that, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they're more hardline, and I just think they seem to... Dubai's a funny one because in London we've got wealthy areas, so let's say Mayfair, Knightsbridge, Marylebone, that kind of area. The wealthy area in Dubai is a lot bigger. So because of that, I think that you don't get people they can't seem to infiltrate. So if we get our watches stolen, or if people get stabbed for money or mugged or whatever, it's always in that small part of London. No, not always, but quite often it's in that small part of London. Whereas in Dubai, it's a lot bigger. So I think although it may go on, it doesn't feel like it's so much because it's over a lot. You know, Dubai is a lot wealthier area in general. So I think that's a lot of the reason that it does go on. But I think it's probably easier to police.
Right.
They've obviously got. You know, the country itself is quite a rich country. It's quite a wealthy country. Yeah. So in terms of police and the powers, their laws are going to be. I don't know what their laws are, but I'm sure they're a lot different to what we have. So there's a whole number of things. Also culture. You know, different countries I've been in, different cultures with, depending on how people are brought up, how that culture is. To, if you're brought up in the middle of Mexico City, kidnapping probably something that you've heard of quite a lot when, you know, as you're growing up. Might not happen to anyone you know, but it's something would have. You know, if you go out to Brazil, again, watch theft or other, you know, and not just those two countries, just examples, but so also, yeah, culture. If you go to some countries, you might not. If you go to Malta, I'm sure it's very safe, and you get one murder a year or something daft there. Do you know what I mean? So it just depends where you're going, really, as well.
Do you think in the UK they should be able to carry guns more? Well, more like America.
Well, as in like a normal civilian, a normal person can have one in their house and all that. No.
You don't think they should?
No. It's a fine line with all that as well. That's the problem with it.
And because they could take it too far.
Yeah, it's a fine line, and that's the same why people shouldn't have. If you imagine you was allowed to let everyone have a firearm in their home, but only at home, so you wasn't allowed to walk around it.
But maybe then all these like burglaries wouldn't happen.
They might not, but then what happens? So let's say, like in South Africa, I believe, you used to be able to, I don't know if you can, if someone was on your property and you shot them, that was all right. If we had that here, the implications that brings is massive. What it would be interesting to see is, hypothetically, if that law was passed and everyone had it, it'd be interesting to see how many people got shot for burglary and how many people got shot who shouldn't have. That would be the interesting, and I don't like to say it, but I suspect more people will get shot because they shouldn't have than they will get for burglary. That position of guns in everyone's house and laws of being able to, it's so easy to be able to exploit that, that there will be lots and lots and lots of people, and there is in the States, killed unlawfully. And people
all the school shootings and all that, how easy it is to get a gun.
Right, exactly. And then on top of that, some people won't get away with it because they'll say, well, he clearly wasn't. He's got a door key, he's your housemate, you know. But there will be a lot of people who get away with shooting people that shouldn't have, or it's got to be, you've got to get away with it because it's a manslaughter charge, not a murder because it was a mistake, but you still killed someone.
And how do we therefore then, if the gun laws are going to stay the same here, how do we get that conviction rate of theft and rape way up?
Police officers.
More of them?
It's got to be. It's almost double, I would say.
You think we need twice as many?
At least for a certain period of time, because when something's too far gone, you've got to bring it back.
Yeah.
And you can't bring it back with the standard people you normally had if you kept it there in the first place. So you need more. Yeah. You know, you always need more of it, and you need to bring it right back before you can sit it back to where it is. So just put in police officers, another X amount on the streets, and maybe what we should have had at the beginning, it's probably not going to bring us back still. No. It might help a little bit, but it's not going to say you'd have to flood it. It's just recognising what's going on around you. Anyone who wears earphones in London should be shot.
Why?
It's so dangerous. I get up right behind women with bags open and then don't even know I'm there when you're trying to get past them in the street.
And they've got earphones on.
Earphones in, you think, why do they not even know? And you see they've got their earphones in. Some people are texting away as they're walking along. I mean, you should just, on bikes, on those bikes you can pay for, and they've got earphones on, no helmet, no reflective clothing, you know, and they're all over the road. And you just think, to not know in this city particularly, not know any capital city really, what's going on around you, it's just, you're asking for trouble. Because that's what the police will go for straight away.
Right.
If you've got a phone out in your hand and you've got earphones in, they know already you're looking at something, and there's every chance, not always, but there's every chance you might be listening to something as well. So a motorbike that comes up onto the pavement, you're not going to hear it. You're looking at one small screen, so you can't see anything here at all. And especially if you're doing an email or text message, you're now listening, watching, and thinking about what you're writing. You just forget it. It's all over. You've got no chance. And I see it day in, day out on the streets. Day in, day out, every day, even coming here. You know, I just see it all the time. And even if you've got them in because your phone's going to go, you know, or it might go, or you just leave it in for the phone. You're still blocking your hearing.
Right.
You still just don't, if you don't need it, put it away, put your phone in your handbag, zip your handbag up, put it in a jacket pocket you can zip up.
Yeah.
You know, just put everything away securely.
Right.
Quite often in your jacket, have it around your front if you can, if you've got front pockets. So you know, you're a bit closer to you can feel it's there.
Yeah.
It's a lot. As a matter of times I try to walk past people because I'm walking quicker.
Yeah.
And I get right up the backside of them, and you think, Jesus.
Right.
I could
This
just
would be
I could do
easy.
anything I wanted to do, literally anything, and I can be there for a minute, as long as a minute sometimes.
Wow.
Totally oblivious to the fact that you're even there. You know, I'm a big guy with a small, you know, young woman there with her bag open. Oh, you could absolutely annihilate her in a second, and you've been walking behind her that far for a second until you can get past her, and I just think how dangerous is, and it is dangerous. And we always work in this country on the whole, oh well, it hasn't happened to me and it probably won't, sort of thing. You know, that's something that happens to other people. It all happens in a second, absolute second. You know, before you even know it, it's your bag's ripped off your arm, your phone's been ripped out your hand. You know, I've seen quite a lot of people with their phones being taken out their hands.
Yeah.
Motorbikes come up on the pavement and they just, guy in the back just takes it out and it's gone, that's it. You're not going to do anything.
Hey, quick, before you go, if you want to watch the full, raw, uncut version of this episode in detail, no holds barred, you can watch it here. But before you go, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bell on.